Kahalayimla, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, Wamalakia, Bahashim, Harawat, Wakakurash, Warakatham, the water Bible, Wakwam, Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. To the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine, I say you shall want. Today we're going to get into about 3 videos concerning law enforcement. Now, one thing we have noticed throughout Babylon and throughout the Edomite community in itself, it's impossible for the lawless to enforce law. It's not going to happen. The lawless are going to be lawless in uniform. Let their history speak and their lives just stop because it's beyond obvious. It's easy to see. It's plain to see. It's beyond obvious. Edom cannot enforce law because Edom is wicked. How does that even work? You got murderous criminals trying to enforce law. That's why you got a shit show called America. Let's get into the video. But before we do that, let's get this copyright. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use of purposes such as comment, criticism, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. See, the lawless cannot enforce law. They were created to break laws, to break covenants, to be wicked. The true law enforcement, that's Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and 144,000. But let's go ahead and grab videos. Now we're gonna start with this one because this one kind of fresh. Man, this thing is tripping. Where is it? Trying to expand it. Okay, once it starts playing, I'm gonna expand it. I can't see what a thing is. Okay, here we go. Mm, mhm, mhm. What do we tell y'all? The KKK. Now, I'm not saying that this emotional creature is in the KKK. I don't know, but the same hateful emotions that the KKK has towards us, he has them. You want to know why the KKK don't go to jail? Because the KKK hold the highest offices in society. They make up your lawyers, your judges, your fire chiefs, your police chiefs, your police commissioners, your firemen, your police officers. That's why they wear hoods, because they don't want nobody seeing their identity. They want to conceal their identity while they do wickedness. So in the daytime, they can pretend once again to be good emotional creatures when they're actually wicked emotional creatures. Yeah, they hold these offices in the daytime and then put on hoodies and murder at night. Mm-hmm. 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 She's absolutely correct. Let's get another one. Bethel police chief arrested, faces 70 counts related to sex crimes. The police chief now, this happened in up towards Cincinnati, right up the street from Louisville, about an hour and some change away from here. Let's get it. Actually, it happened. This happened in Florida. The news station that's reporting on this is in Cincinnati. So Salakia for that. Seems like it's another Epstein gone bad, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, it did happen in Cincinnati. Okay. He just in jail in Florida. Okay. They get caught in some shit and they get a free vacation. Psalm 73, chapter 73, verse 5. They're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Why? Because of Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth was given to the hand of the wicked, because the faces of the judges thereof is not where, and who is he? I want to know how the count got up to 70. See, that's why I don't trust police, because I'm pretty sure it was another cop or two in there that knew that he was what he was doing and didn't say shit about it. Let's get this one. This happened in Louisville. KSP trooper pleads guilty to excessive force and perjury in federal court. That means he was an animal out there and he lied in court about it. I told you, these people will assault you, attack you, even murder you, and then lie on you to make their assault or their attack on you justified. Let's get it. Psalms chapter 73, verse 5. They're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. The Lord reserving these emotional creatures for the day of judgment. That's not going to happen because that's the right thing to do. You can forget it. They expect the lawless to enforce law when they need to be in jail their goddamn self. Mm. All right, we come out of this. How do I come out of this? Let's go here. Yeah, man. They're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Because this ain't nothing but Slave Patrol 2.0. That's all it is. There's no law enforcement involved whatsoever. They're not enforcing law. How you expect these people these emotional creatures to enforce law when they are the most wickedest thing the Lord has ever created? How does that work? Because see, all this is a facade. They put on a front, an appearance. Yeah, they go through the motions like they're enforcing law. But what they're really doing, they're trying to make you respect them through fear. And if they feel like you don't respect them or fear them, that's when they turn into the animals that they are. How dare you not fear me? See what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with enforcing law or bringing forth justice. No. So don't get it twisted. The Department of Justice. Stop it. The Department of Justice in DC is one of the most corrupt agencies on this planet. You can't get caught up in names and labels and titles. Because if the title or label suggests righteousness, you better believe it's a gang of wickedness behind that label. Just like the Southern Poverty thing down in Alabama. They were sending money to the Klan. And what did they pay the Klan to do? Fan the flames of racism. Southern Poverty League down in Alabama. Yeah. Look at all these churches hide behind these righteous titles. All the wickedness that go on in there. Same thing with the police departments. Same thing anywhere an Edomite is present. You better be best believe it's some wickedness up in there somewhere. Especially the White House, the most corrupt building on the planet. All these courtrooms filled with wickedness, punishing the just unjustly, basically sentencing the righteous to either death or captivity, free labor for the state. Justice has nothing to do with how Edomites run their kingdom. Let's get this one. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Look how many Israelites are in prison right now unjustly. Anytime a president of a country can go kidnap another president and his wife and give her a black eye and it goes unpunished, yeah, they wicked as hell. And then you stole their oil, and then for you sold their oil up to 500 million, and then you hid the money in the offshore account of Qatar. This man ain't in jail. See, I'm talking about the felon in chief, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. We start at verse 9. No, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. See, no empathy. But see, this was the Lord's plan to exalt this emotional creature to rulership, to punish us. Now Esau feeling himself. He in his pride, he in his feelings at the same time. So he paints this justice system he's created. It's nothing but a way to do whatever he want to do and not be punished. Yet. verse 13, 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgression of our education. That's Esau. He don't care about justice because he's not just. He has to feel like you fear him. And if he feels like you don't fear him, he lashes out like the animal he is. Let's keep rolling. But see, I have also noticed an uptick of Edomites committing crimes against Israelites, but they're not getting away with it anymore. Look at Chud and all his racist buddies. And that comes from, let's go to Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, and which persecuted thee. Now they going to jail. Get this one. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 12, verse 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. That's why I don't trust the police. It's the same scenario as the presidency. You got the president surrounded by wicked men because he's extra wicked. Just like in this video, you had the police chief surrounded by wicked ass cops because they're protecting his ass. Now, one thing I always said, why I don't trust cops, because every cop has seen something, heard something, or done something they should have reported about one of their brothers, but they did not. Now, you can't tell me that nobody knew about this police chief's 70 counts of sex crimes. Nobody knew in that precinct. Stop it. That's why I don't fuck with cops. My nephew a cop. I don't fuck with him like that. I speak, keep it cordial, but no. Let's keep rolling. And the Lord is revealing these emotional creatures for who they are. The wicked. Let's go Jeremiah. Chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, his neighbor, he is not. Because he the one doing the spoil, and spoil mean to rob. And he don't have to just take your tangible goods to rob you. He can lie on you in that courtroom, and that judge can put you in jail for a crime you didn't commit. Now he robbing you of your freedom. Psalm chapter 37, verse 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Why he wants to slay the righteous? Because he's the wicked. The wicked are doing what they're created to do. Wickedness. Let's get it. The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. We understand they're doing what they were created to do, and they're earning their judgment at the same time. That's why the Lord ain't punished them straight up, because the Lord didn't want them to be, the Lord didn't want to put no fear in them yet. He wanted their pride to go through the roof so they could feel invincible. I could do whatever I want to, because I ain't been touched yet. So I'm finna start touching. Everywhere these people go, Robbery happens, murder happens, rape happens, lies happen, theft happens. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Could the Lord finna stomp that ass out. Verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord. And this is what he's going to do to the United Snakes of America. The Lord hath opened his armory and have brought forth his weapons of his brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Salah. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldees. Verse 29, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about, let none thereof escape, recompense her according to her work, according to all that she had done, do unto her. For she have been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Verse 31, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour him round about, all round about. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong, the Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldees, saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes and her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots, their armies, their militaries, and of all and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. Yeah, that's why Iran and the other nations don't fear America. This is not the same military I was in 25 years ago. Nope. You think I ran afraid of a bunch of content creators? Because that's all I see in uniform, making TikToks. I ran in afraid of a bunch of goddamn content creators. That's what's in your military now. Let's keep rolling. Isaiah chapter 59. Now, this chapter is talking about wicked two-thirds, but you can easily apply this to the nation of Edom because this is where the two-thirds got this behavior from. Verse 3, for your hands are defiled with blood and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue have muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. Their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. That's why you can't have the lawless enforcing law. Hell, some of these police officers got a longer rap sheet than the people they supposed to be protecting. How does that work? And then every time they get caught in some shit, they get shuffled around to another department. Let's get that one. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 7. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them because they refuse to do judgment. They don't punish their own. And then you wonder why you got a pedo slash fellow knee, 34 felonies, and a pedophile in the White House. Because you don't punish your own, Edom. You're unfit to rule. You wasn't created to be the righteous judges of the earth. That's the Israelites' job. Your job is to be the wicked that the Bible speaks of. And you are doing one hell of a job. Yeah, they refuse to do judgment. They don't punish their own. But they quick to call you, they quick to lie on you, though, Israelite. Let's get another one. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 4. Therefore, the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth. They were not created to be the righteous judges of the earth. They were created to be the wicked. But that's all right though, because the Lord got a fix for that too. Because when the true righteous judges of the earth are brought forth through the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, transforming them into the 144,000, 12,000 righteous men from each tribe, those men are going to enforce the law. Let's get it. Jeremiah chapter 16. See, they need a pale face in a position of power to make them feel comfortable. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them, and after that will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, large government, and from every hill, small government or country, and out of the holes of the rocks. 144,000 going down in them bunkers to get y'all asses. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 11. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as a grave and whole, and those that go down into the pit. See, we shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. I mean, they finna rob people. Verse 16, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. See, that goes back to Esau, red on red crime. That goes back to Book of Sirach, chapter 14, verse 5, I think. Let's get it. Yep. He that is evil to himself, to whom shall he be good? He shall not take pleasure in all his goods. Verse 7, if he doeth good, he doeth unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. The envious man have a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men. This man don't like nobody that don't look like him because he knows in his spirit and he knows the true statistics that he is the minority of this whole planet. Verse 9, a covetous man's eyes not satisfied with his portion, and iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. Yeah, he the minority. I never seen 13% of a population have so much power. Unless somebody lying. It's funny to me how quick these businesses go under when they lose our support. 13% now. How is that even possible? Because we are way more than 13%. The Lord said the children of Israel cannot be measured. Let's get it. You can't count us because everybody that's an Israelite don't look like the so-called black man. The book of Hosea, chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass, future prophecy, that in the one place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God. Did that prophecy come to pass? Yes, it did. In the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people. Where's that? The United States. Why did the Great Awakening happen in the United States? Because this is what the bulk of the Israelites are. All 12 tribes. Let's get this one. Let's go to the book of James, chapter 5, verse 6. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Verse 5. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Yeah, they just take what they want to take, do what they want to do, and think there's no consequence. There is a consequence. Let's get, let's go Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land or fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. It's the price. Let's go to Psalm chapter 94. We're about to close in a minute. Verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? See, you notice why they always had that big ass gray area for the cops to lie in, LIE. They just make up a lie about anybody and it goes unchallenged. That's framing mischief by law. This KSP officer, Kentucky State Police, police officer, he committed perjury, lying. All of them lie. That's the only profession that needs a body cam because these people lie so much. But it's still being held as a profession. Stop it. Verse 21, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. That's why y'all in trouble. Innocent blood. Let's get a few more. We can close. Go to Nahum chapter 1, verse 2. Yahweh is jealous. The Lord revengeth, and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries and reserve wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Now let's go to Second Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord know how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. Verse 12. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. Government and police stations. That's where the most corruption takes place on the planet. Let's go to Amos. This is what the Lord gonna do. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen which are called by my name, said the Lord that doeth this. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel. That means he's going to let us out of captivity. And they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat fruit, and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled out of their land which I gave them, said the Lord thy power. Oh yeah, I got news for you, E. You're about to go into captivity for 1,000 years too. Then after that, you're gonna be rounded up and exterminated, and the Lord hates you. Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, because he kept his wrath forever. But I will send fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. Basra is a representation of anywhere Edomites are. It's just like the elder said, if an Edomite is not in Mount Petra or Mount Seir, he is on stolen land by default. Verse 15, and their king shall go into captivity, he and their princes together, saith the Lord. That means the so-called elites and their children, especially the males. And then he gonna cut y'all off. Let's get it. First, you're going into captivity for 1,000 years, and then he gonna cut you off. We can close on this one. Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken. So no, the lawless cannot enforce law because the lawless are the wicked of the earth. But the 144,000, along with Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, King David, is going to enforce law on their ass. Call Halayim La Lahai now Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harawat Wakakorash Barakatham, the water Bible Ball Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.